My friends, who is my neighbor? That man in today's gospel who posed that question had a problem. He wanted to take the Bible seriously. He wanted to inherit eternal life, the passage says. So he most likely wanted to go to heaven. So Jesus reminded him that the path to that goal was to love God with your whole being and to love your neighbor as yourself. Apparently, he had no problem loving God, but the part about the neighbor was disturbing. Who is my neighbor? The man asked. This law was given to the Jews, so obviously it referred to all Jews. But according to the logic of the man who asked the question, this commandment could not possibly apply to all Jews. Some of them were simply not worth loving. Take Zacchaeus, for example. He was a betrayer of his own people, collecting taxes for the Romans. And what about prostitutes? They were the blight of society. Honorable people would have nothing to do with them. You see the man's dilemma. The man in the gospel was struggling with the question, who is my neighbor? Jesus gave him no answer. He simply told a story. And the point of the story was that the man had to answer his own question. And so do you and me. You see, a neighbor is a choice. First of all, no one can compel anyone to be a neighbor if they don't want to be. The man in the story obviously had some people in mind that he didn't like. God himself could not force the man into a relationship with those people. I heard about two men who lived next door to each other. Their houses were no more than 30 feet apart. In a geographical sense, they were neighbors, but these two had never spoken a word to the other. Circumstances in life put them in proximity to each other, but they chose never to be a neighbor. On the other hand, no one can prevent a person from being a neighbor if they choose to be. Now, the Samaritan in our story was a neighbor for one reason and one reason only. He made up his mind to do so. He didn't let anything stand in his way. Ultimately, the Samaritan refused to use any of those excuses and chose to get involved and made up his mind to be a neighbor. He would not let anything stand in his way. That's a nice thing about being a neighbor. When we choose to do it, no one or nothing can stand in our way. My friends, I remember a little poem that goes like this. He drew a circle that shut me out, heretic rebel, a thing to flout. But love and I had the wit to win. We drew a circle and took him in. Who is my neighbor? That is up to you and to me. If you are unwilling to be a neighbor, not even God himself can make you do it. But if you choose to be a neighbor, no one can stop you. The choice is yours and mine.